Hello?
Hello, Tom.
Well, hello there. You in town today?
No, but I'll be in tomorrow.
Good. Come on over, will you?
Right. See you then. Goodbye.
Goodbye, George. That was George. How did I know? He didn't tell me. His voice sounds familiar. Have you ever noticed how often this happens? You hear a few words, just familiar sounds, and you recognize the voice. Because what comes over the telephone is more than sound, more than a voice. It is the person. Oh, listen. See if this person sounds familiar to you. Hello?
Hello, Thomas?
Yes. Well, hello. How are you?
I'm mighty fine, Tom. Sure got big doings going on. 5 visitors are here from my hometown. I brought them up to see where we work. They're ball players, aged 10 to 12. I've got them up here with me in the catbird seat.
Say that again, will you? I've got some friends here, too, and I'd like to see if they know who you are.
I said, I've got them up here with me in the catbird seat.
Doesn't that voice sound familiar? Of course. Who else could it be but the old redhead himself? Red Barber. Will you say hello, Red?
Why, sure. Hi, folks. You all having a good day? Now, Tom, what I want to ask you, these kids would like to watch a TV show. They've seen you so often that they'd feel right at home with you. Could you get them into the studio?
You bet I could. Bring them over here later on. And thanks, Red. You just proved again what I've been talking about. How a whole personality travels over the telephone wire.
Did the folks recognize my voice?
Absolutely.
That's good. So long, Tom. We'll see you.
Goodbye, Red.
Well, fellas, it's all set.
Thank you, Mr. Barber.
We'll go right down there after the game. Hello?
Hello. May I speak to... Oh, it is you, isn't it, Red?
Sure thing.
How are you, anyway? My goodness, I haven't seen you since that Sunday night you tried so hard to disguise your voice. Thought you had us there, didn't you? You couldn't quite get away with it.
Well, not for long.
Listen, Red, you do know who this is?
Why, certainly. You're not the only one who's good at guessing, you know. I know you're Arlene Francis.
Ah, you've got it. And you know, I am asking you to be a guest on one of my morning shows. Will you do it, Red?
I don't see why not. Say, Arlene, did you ever notice how easy it is to recognize a person on the telephone? You know, your voice brings up a whole picture of you.
What do you mean, Red?
You can cover up your eyes, but you can't mask out the fun in that voice of yours.
Ah, thank you, Red.
And thanks so much for saying you'll be on the show.
I'll be looking forward to it, Arlene. Goodbye.
Bye. Hello?
Hello, Arlene. This is,
Hello, Arlene. You know who this is?
Oh, that voice sounds familiar.
Wait a minute, Arlene. There's someone on this wire.
Someone, it's me. That means trouble for you, chum.
Arlene, don't let that fierce tone frighten you.
Don't worry, Red Riding Hood. It isn't Grandma. It's the wolf, all right.
Now that sounds like...
In the box, son, I'm warning you.
A little blow, sir. Don't threaten me.
Those two voices have to be Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
Second billing again. That's my life for you.
Charlie, get off that wire. I'll have to take that telephone out of your bedroom.
I'm not in my bedroom. I'm in your den. What are you planning on doing with this gadget here, Bergen? Gonna run for Congress? My fellow constituents.
Charlie, you know that's my speakerphone, and it's helpful when I'm working.
Oh, helpful when you're working. Say, that could be the end of me. If it gets any laughs, I'll tear that voice box out.
Don't get excited, Charlie. It's no threat to you. It's just a handy way to use the telephone.
Look, Ma, handy. No hands.
Now, Charlie, please get off the phone, will you? I have something to ask Arlene.
Well, ask her. We're old friends. I'm like one of the panel.
Let's face it, you are the panel.
That's why I pine for you, Arlene.
Arlene, I called to ask if you could come to a party I'm giving next week.
Why, I'd love to, Edgar.
Fine. Wednesday at 7?
Yeah, I'm free that night, too.
Wonderful.
Say, Edgar, Did you ever think how you hear a person's voice on the telephone, it sounds familiar, and then all at once your mood changes?
You know, if Bergen is good and mad at me, I can tell it even by the way the telephone rings.
Charlie, Arlene is saying that your personality, your attitude even, travels over the wire. You ought to treat a person on the telephone as you would a guest in your home, or a very good friend.
You won't get mad at me then, Arlene, huh?
When, Charlie?
When I sound familiar?
You're not really a bad wolf, Charlie. You're just sort of pesky and lovable like a woodchuck. Goodbye, you two.
Goodbye, Arlene.
Goodbye, Arlene.
Oh, Suzanne, 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 Suzanne. Mr. Bergen's residence, number 1 boy, Sticky. Was is los?
Don't try to fool me. I know that voice. It's surely Charlie.
Well, then it's surely Shirley. Don't tell me I can't recognize a familiar voice when I hear it. Did you know it can work that way, Tom?
Know it? That's just what I've been saying.
Hello, hello.
All right, who's that character?
It's Bergen, of course. How are you, Edgar?
Oh, it's you, Tom. Fine. Hey, what are you and Charlie talking about?
How you recognize people on the telephone from the familiar sound of their voices. The way I recognized you. And you, Charlie. Even though it wasn't really you, I heard talking.
Whatever do you mean? You make me sound like a dummy that can't say a word.
Oh, no, Charlie. Everyone knows you're a personality. I mean that what I hear is not your voice, but your voice reproduced by the phone. You know how a telephone instrument works, don't you?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. You talk into the little holes here that strains the lumps out of your voice, and now this gizmo we call a sender-outer.
Transmitter.
I'll accept that answer, boy. And then, you see, the voice is degenerated into a magnetic procrastinator, and then you add the whites of 2 eggs, and then it goes through an ossifier, and then it comes out of your phone. Look here, Tom. Why aren't you telling me if you know how it does it?
Well, it's like this. Your voice has variations in volume and tone that are distinctly your own.
Do you think my voice has tone?
What would you call it? Timbre?
Now, please, that goes against the grain.
Well, each person's voice takes on its own pattern of high and low tones, loudness and softness, shrill tones or mellow ones. A pattern characteristic of you. You can see how complex it is on a device we call an oscilloscope. Ah looks different from ah, a. The pattern on the oscilloscope is made electronically. It pictures the variations among the sound waves as they strike the telephone. Sound waves are caused by vibration. Your voice comes from vibration. So does the sound of this guitar string. You can't see sound waves, but we know what they are like. Sound waves are waves of pressure traveling through the air. They occur this way. The air around the string is composed of tiny molecules. As the string moves, it pushes some of the molecules of air aside. These molecules, in turn, push other molecules, and the motion proceeds from molecule to molecule in waves of pressure that travel outward from the string as long as it vibrates. If the string moves out far, the sound is loud. If the string moves less, the sound is soft. If the vibration is slow, as when the string is not so tight, the sound is low in pitch. If the vibration is fast, as when the string is tighter, the sound is high. The sounds of your voice are produced by the vocal cords in the throat, which also vibrate. Differences in vibration and breathing produce different kinds of sound waves, which take on still other differences as the sound waves bounce around in the air passages and are formed into words. When the sound waves come out of the mouth, they have a complex pattern as individual as a fingerprint, a sound pattern that is your voice.
My. Bergen, don't go throwing those sound patterns around.
Your personality rides on the sound waves your voice produces.
Boy, what a tailwind.
The sound waves enter the telephone mouthpiece, carrying your personality with them.
Whoops! Whoa! I'm a goner. Get me out of there.
Inside the telephone, the sound waves, carrying the sound pattern of your voice, strike against a thin metal disc, or diaphragm. The sound waves push the diaphragm forward and release it again in a pattern of movement unbelievably slight. Yet this pattern of movement still conforms to the pattern of your voice. Behind the center of the diaphragm is a tiny package of carbon grains. When a sound wave strikes the diaphragm, it sends a wave of pressure through the carbon grains. Inside the telephone also, there is electricity flowing along a wire. This electricity must flow through the carbon grains, which resist its flow. When the pressure on the carbon grains is increased, their resistance is less, and more electricity gets through. When the pressure on the carbon grains is decreased, their resistance is greater, and less electricity gets through. The pressure on the carbon grains is regulated by the pressure of the metal diaphragm, which in turn is regulated by the pattern of sound waves. So, the electricity takes on a pattern of strength and weakness that is like the pattern of the sound waves. In other words, your personality, riding on all the varieties of sounds that make your voice personally yours, enters the transmitter. And there the sound waves of your voice set up a pattern of strength and weakness in the electric current. The variations in electric current carry the pattern of your voice along the wire. The pattern of your voice may go across the street, across the town, or anywhere beyond. It goes through central offices, where it is directed by switches to any one of millions of telephone lines. For long distances, the pattern of your voice may travel through cables or by microwave radio, strengthened at intervals by amplifiers along the way. In short, the sound pattern of your voice rides on the electrical signals all the way to the telephone receiver at the other end of the line. Inside the receiver is another diaphragm. This diaphragm is moved back and forth by the action of two magnets. One is a permanent magnet. The other is an electromagnet. The permanent magnet by itself would exert a constant pull on the diaphragm. The electromagnet regulates this pull according to the electric current flowing through its windings, and thus it controls the movement of the diaphragm. Now, along the wire comes the electric current, which is taken on the varying pattern of your voice. In the receiver, this current passes through the windings of the electromagnet and causes the diaphragm to move according to the pattern set up by your voice. As it moves in and out, the diaphragm sets up new sound waves that are like the ones your voice sent into the transmitter. These sound waves reproduce your voice and your personality.
There she blows. Folks, it's all done with wires.
Well, you don't have to shout, Charlie. The more pleasant and charming your voice is when you send it into the transmitter, the more pleasant and charming it is when it reaches someone's ear.
Quite a voice thrower, the telephone, eh?
The telephone is a remarkable instrument, but it speaks only when and what you speak into it.
No back talk, eh?
You see, Charlie, how your personality travels over the wire? When you're speaking on the phone, put a smile in your voice.
You mean make it sort of phonogenic?
Yes. Oh, Tom, the light's flashing on my other line here. Will you hold on while I see who it is? Hello?
Hello.
Who's there?
Just me, it looks like.
Who is this? Uncle Mo?
Uncle Mo, he ain't here no more. He got himself shot out of a cannon at the fair, and we ain't heard from him since. Oh, this is Mort.
Mortimer. Well, where in the world are you? And why does your voice sound so strange?
Oh, I don't know. I was just looking around, and this old-fashioned phone made me feel kind of homesick. So I just sat down for a spell. I forget now just where I am. I kind of like these old telephones with a crank on them. You know, the new ones all got self-starters.
Hold on, Mortimer. Tom? Yeah, it's Mortimer. He's lost. Someplace where there's one of those old crank-type telephones.
Golly.
Oh, good heavens. I think I hear him. He must be right behind me in that display of early telephones. How do you suppose he got there?
I wouldn't know. But Mortimer can get into trouble almost anywhere.
Well, keep him on your wire while I go see about him. I'll hang up on this line.
Hello, Mortimer. Are you still there?
Bill.
Well, we'll just be patient for a moment.
Edgar, he's here, right where I thought.
Oh, good. Say, Tom, but what happened to your voice?
I'm using this early telephone we hooked up for the show. It's almost 50 years old.
Did you hear how different my voice sounds, how much less of my personality comes across?
Does my personality come across over the telephone?
Well, not so much over that one, no. It would come across much better over a modern instrument.
Oh, golly, I ain't the modern type. I should have stood with smoke signals.
Well, Edgar, this phone is really just for demonstration. Let me hang up here and call you back later.
Okay.
You know, unlike Mortimer, most of us find the improvements in the telephone instrument over the years a great advantage. Since Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, both the transmitter and the receiver have been redesigned many times by Bell Telephone Laboratories engineers. They have made the instrument lighter in weight, easier to handle, and more pleasant to use. They have found ways to make your voice over the telephone sound more natural. And all this, along with a great improvement in telephone lines, makes the modern telephone an instrument capable of transmitting and reproducing a voice that sounds just like you, the personality that is you. Of course, so responsive an instrument has to be quite complex inside. In the unit that holds the transmitter and the receiver, there are 84 tiny parts. And in the base of the telephone, there are 408 parts. And each one of these parts contributes to the fidelity with which the telephone transmits your voice. Still complex, responsive, precise, and handsome as it is, the telephone wouldn't do you or me much good if it cost so much that only a few people could have one. To be of real telephone service, the instrument has to be produced on a mass scale. From the color that goes into the plastics which house the mechanism to the preparation of the tiniest parts inside, each step in the process is subject to strict control. And each step is performed by a person trained to do exacting work by mass production methods. Turn out one perfect part to do one thing right. Try the performance. It's going to be a precise instrument. It's going to be a sensitive mechanism. Do each job with precision, with care for detail, with concern, with knowledge, with skill, with the pride of the craftsman, with the joy of competence, and the satisfaction of working with others at this big job of producing thousands of sensitive, accurate instruments. For these are the instruments that will bring the voice, the words, the personality of one person to another hundreds of thousands of times in every minute of every hour of every day and night, from here to there, everywhere in the world. The people who manufacture the telephone do a good job of it. And the job, when it is finished, becomes a mighty neat piece of sound reproduction equipment. Well, Edgar, I promised to call you back. Mortimer's fine. He's right here with me.
Thanks, Tom. I'll send for him right away.
Oh, Mr. Bergen, I'm going to ask Tom if I can have one of those old telephones for myself.
Now, why, Mortimer? People can't hear you as well on it.
No, but then it won't matter so much if I ain't saying nothing worth listening to.
Mortimer's got something, Tom. The modern telephone is precise and sensitive.
But do we use it just for precise work? Scientific formula or mathematical equations? No.
We use it for ordinary things, like calling the grocer.
But that's what telephone service is for, to make things easy and to make it fun just to talk to our friends. Often it isn't the words you hear, but the sound of a familiar voice that counts. Oh, wait a minute, Edgar, Charlie. I want to get the operator to get some more people on this wire.
Operator?
Operator, will you do me a favor? I want you to set up a conference call. You pick up the receiver, and what comes over the wire? Sound. Familiar sounds. Your friend is there, almost in person.
It's the old redhead wishing you all good luck, yeah?
The lights grow bright. A welcome guest arrives.
And you've guessed who it is, Arlene. I hope you've had a good time.
Your spirits lift. They go up the scale.
You are never alone.
Life has color and tone.
When you answer the phone,
It will bring you good cheer.
If the word that you hear
or the voice in your ear
Sounds familiar.